因为黑牌很多那个会问很好人。我那是警察讲啊，我是讲欧力的警察。罗汉。李罗汉。
You are the media, just I see you wearing. I thought you see.
Is there a link I can go in?
Yes, you go to the CNE channel. You want to watch our one, our feed.
Yeah, this one because I may be going Australia, so I wanted to see which channel is it? Which channel is it?
You go to YouTube.
Can I share with somebody? Okay, thank you very much. Cheers, thank you.
Yeah, 但我播了禮拜幾嘅咁樣收啲醫生啊，我話你咁溝啊，咁溝我哋出嚟。下雨哦。
哇，看到 SDP 然后。
沙拉玻璃。
我去 view 诶。可以講嘅呢？
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Sun Plaza. Welcome back to Sembawang GRC. Well, it's raining again, but it's okay. I will stand in the rain with you like last time we are here. That was like 3 days ago. So stay with us. Unfortunately, all our SDP umbrellas are sold out, but I can see quite a few umbrellas here. Please share with the one next to you, because sharing is caring. 三巴旺的居民们，你们好！谢谢你们再次来到我们的三巴旺集选区的群众大会。记得好，5月3号。 请投我们新加坡民主党一票，把我们的11位候选人送入国会。Remember, your votes is secret. Come 3rd of May, please vote bravely, vote for the SDP, and send our 11 candidates to the Parliament. Before we start the rally, can I begin by thanking all of you who paid more than 1,006 for the Tabole Tahan hand-painted T-shirt. Thank you very much. That T-shirt cannot be washed, can only be dry clean because it's hand painted. Thank you very much for the supporters, the many supporters who donated and bidded for the tees, and we have raised more than 1,006 for the t-shirts. And also, we at SDP, we have good friends. And our good friends are fellow Singaporeans like you. Our good friends are people who came forward to volunteer for us, even though we did not promise them free parking or free to choose the primary school that they can send their children to. Can you join me to give a round of applause to our volunteers? All over us, from the merchandise booth to our media team, to our election agent, thank you very much. We also have 11 very good friends. And these 11 good friends are brave enough to be standing as candidate for SDP, even though we did not promise them electoral success, or we did not promise them mayorship when they get elected, but they stepped forward. So come 3rd May, please vote our 11 good friends, our 11 candidates to Parliament. Last but not least, we at SDP also have very good friends in every one of you here who come to our rally even though we did not offer you free chicken rice or free buses back or offer you umbrella, but you stand in the rain with us. And come and buy, and you even come and buy our merchandise. Volunteers for us when we call for polling agent. Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause to yourself. Thank you very much for that friendship with SDP all these years. I know among our supporters here with us, some whom I talked to, that they told me that they have actually followed us for like 20, 30 years. Thank you very much. That's very touching. And having said all this, I still would like to thank our media. Thanks for being here and doing the live streaming, broadcasting our rallies, and your very unique way of helping us with our marketing. Thank you very much, because that has actually helped us to sell our merchandise. In fact, our umbrellas, our mugs, our tabole tahan tees are all out of stock. Thank you very much. But we still have books, we still have bears that y'all can actually go to the merchandise booth. And we also would like to take this opportunity to thank our policemen, some of them standing under the rain. I'm standing with you as well. Thank you very much for keeping us safe and keeping this place orderly. We do appreciate 2 more nights. Thank you, our policemen. And also, I realize we have actually paramedic as well. Paramedic that are somewhere that we cannot see, but they will be there should anything happen. Let's also give a round of applause to our paramedics and our men in blue. Thank you very much. Welcome to join me. Yes. And my Bernard, my co-MC for tonight.
Good evening, Sembawang. How are we feeling today? Sembawang, we stand here in the rain with you. Umbrella or no umbrella, keep yourself sheltered. Are we ready to have a good session today? Yes? It's coming up to day 2. And of course, I don't know, just now I was inside the taxi and I was wondering myself, how can things be so expensive? You know how much it costs for taxi fare, okay, from Whampoa all the way here, okay, it's $51. $51! Then I think to myself, hey, $51, I can buy a lot of chicken rice. But then again, actually, chicken rice also is very expensive, yes or no? Yes or no? And we stand here in the rain. I shouldn't even call this a session. I should be calling it the frontier to SDP being in Parliament. And because of you, every one of you, ladies and gentlemen, who stand as one voice in the rain, give yourself the biggest cheer, everybody! We stand here in the rain now. There are two things I'd like to address. Today, when I woke up in the morning, I saw TikTok, or I saw Instagram. I saw a lot. The first thing that I want to address when I spoke to my dear learned friend and introduced him, which was Arifin, okay? I want to say this. I want to say that he is a 45-year-old sounding, okay, ladies and gentlemen. He sounds like a 45-year-old in a 27-year-old body. That's what he is. And Arifin, ladies and gentlemen, has come quite a long way right here to make that stand. Can we please make some noise for Arifin, everybody? So once again, ladies and gentlemen, he sounds like a 45-year-old in a 27-year-old body. He is very young and still very young. Okay, second thing. The main thing that I saw is something that I want to highlight to everybody right here. You all saw Jaslyn, right, everybody? You saw Jaslyn and you saw there was a video of her that keep talking about merchandise. Yes or no, guys? Yes or no, guys? I don't know where that video came from, but I just want to say, for my sister here, you are my sister, okay? All the party members are my brothers and sisters. Each and every one of you are my brothers and sisters, okay, guys? So, do we let that happen to her? Do we let that happen to her? You all know what the video was, right? It showcased her trying to sell things, trying to sell merchandise, like as though she is trying to sell, like as though it's selling a tissue paper packets and everything else. Correct or not, guys? Is that fair to her or not? Is that fair to her? Jaslyn is like the backbone of SDP. I am just an MC, guys. But I don't like one thing. When she turned around to me and tell me, Burn, do you think it's bullying? I also not sure. Do you think it's bullying, everybody? Yes. Do you think it's bullying? Yes. I just want to turn to her and I just want to say to her, okay, I don't think I can ever tolerate bullying in whichever way, whoever made that video. I don't care about the platform that came out, but whoever made that video was not very nice. Was it nice, guys? No. Yeah, the thing is this, okay, she tries, okay, she does everything she can. During the whole time when I'm on the show, I'm introducing the speakers. Every time she's talking about the merchandise, she's talking about the merchandise until I say, hey, what Xiao, keep talking about merchandise. The reason why is because it's not Xiao. She needs to get the merchandise out and going. People need to buy it if they can buy it, because basically she's trying to hold the funds for SDP to sustain. Can we please give her a big round of applause, everybody? Give her the supporter cheer. Everybody shout SDP! 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 SDP!
Actually, there's nothing shameful about selling merchandise to raise funds, because election costs, like we have to have
nothing is
stage.
cheap. Nothing is cheap. Jaslyn, look at this backdrop. I can tell you what this backdrop size is. It's definitely more than 24 feet by 12 feet. You know how much that costs? Guys, 4C by 4C print. I do events. I tell you this. This thing costs roughly maybe above at least, okay, 2,000 onwards. Even more, 3,000, 4,000. Depends on the stage and elaboration. The staging itself also costs, ladies and gentlemen. AV systems and AV tech. AV sound systems are basically running on how many speakers? 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 or 6. Ladies and gentlemen, they go into the thousands. So, SDP does need that funding. And it comes from, ladies and gentlemen, you know where or not? From when the guy put that video to the selling of teddy bears. So, books and everything else. Does she need what she has to do, guys? Is that right? Must she be having a video like this? Is this fair to her, everybody? Is this fair? It's like me going out to sell tissue paper. It is something that's important. Like it is a living, it is helping a living for SDP to at least survive. Not even just talking about thrive, survive. These are called expenses, ladies and gentlemen. So guys, ladies and gentlemen, today, because of that video, you know what I'm gonna say? Now, because of that video, my dear, lovely Jaslyn Lau Boo Boo girl, and let's give her a big round of applause again, everybody. She will become very much like a celebrity. Because of them, we will turn it around, and every single merchandise, if you'd like to buy, every single flag, if you want to buy, it doesn't have to be much, anything, okay? Anything, we will support and we will showcase to you, okay, that it is not right to be bullied. Can or not, everybody? Can or not? Can or not? Yes or no? I'm not interested. Again, I say again, it's not the platform. It could have been any platform, okay? Any platform. Or STO, anybody. It could be anybody. But whoever made that thing, okay, never thought how difficult it is for her to keep repeating about the Lao Boo Boo, keep repeating about the teddy bears. Actually, they're quite cute. Teddy bears are quite cute. Okay? And keep repeating about the books. That is very important. So please, ladies and gentlemen, together, we stay firm as brothers and sisters. We stay strong. And we protect each other from anything else. It's like if let's say another country were to come and attack us, or say another country will come and disturb us, will we let them disturb us? Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? No. We will protect you. We will take care of each other because we need our voices to be heard. And because, ladies and gentlemen, should our 11 candidates get into Parliament? All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, give yourself a big round of applause, everybody.
Remember, your vote is secret. Come 3rd of May, please vote for SDP. Vote for our 11 candidates to be in Parliament and speak up for you. 记得选民们，你们的投票是秘密的。5月3号，请投新加坡民主党一票，把我们的11位候选人送入国会，让他们在国会替你发言。We will take a break before we introduce our next speaker, or our first speaker. Just give us like a few more minutes.
Give us a few more minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I think our umbrella can take down for a while as well, because it is about to start. I think that's why the rain has gone away. Ladies and gentlemen, the rain has gone away.
Remember just now what I said? When SDP come, the lightning don't even dare to come, and the rain will be away. All of us here, we chase the rain again, just like that day.
And it's going to get more and more packed. The numbers are increasing and increasing. So, ladies and gentlemen, folks, whatever it is, most important, you feel in your hearts, yeah? And of course, we know that we have to have the voice spoken in Parliament. And I've never seen so many dedicated people like us, like you, like all of you. Each and every one of you guys, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so please give yourself a big round of applause, everybody. Give yourself an SDP cheer.
It's the last 2 days, last 2 nights of rally. I also seek your cooperation to try to come forward. So that later on, when there will be more people to join us, we make space for them. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, everybody. See you back in a while.
good 啊。
半年
哎，有咩啊？呢個犀利。These guys from
dia they can use AI system now. They the our anti guy to come on. Not so no one can do AI.
who's that?
Second time they don't say yeah. So
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're about to begin exactly in roughly about 5 to 10 minutes. Hang in there. We're just waiting for our speakers to come in. It's a very heavy traffic jam, so bear with us for a moment, okay? Thank you so much.
you want to put inside my bag outside now?
Wet.
Doesn't matter, it's okay. Control over there.
Yeah.
You just stop inside. Stopping bottom inside. Where the sugar go? Actually, it's now it's not instantaneous.
I think it's on.
Later, just wait for back to the
I'm planning to but we see.
There's a baby one.
Oh, tonight where? Is it, no, I think it's the one near Sembawang West. I'll see how. I just go. Yeah, we've got time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, right here, we are just awaiting. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. James Gomez has just arrived, everybody! Away from the rain!
No, it's okay. I only want here.
You can.
The guy is 27-year-old. Quite open.
Yeah.
Let me know you want to take a photo. Come back.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen,
going with her friend. I don't know, she wants to go see the
while we are waiting right here, okay, for the next speaker, which is in about 5 to 10 minutes, 5 minutes or so, 5 minutes or so. SCP people, are we here? Are we here? Everybody raise your flags, everybody!
Raise
your clappers, everybody!
Clappers, your whistle.
All right, so now, before we begin, okay, and I will be the one doing the merchandising. And the TV can look at me. TV look at me, okay? You don't come and disturb my sister, okay? Okay, guys, ladies and gentlemen, for every single one, now that, you know, you see how things are, please help with the purchase as well, okay, guys? Of your bears, your lao boo boo, and everything else, okay, guys? So, ladies and gentlemen, she's going to be asking the questions. Everybody blow your whistle. And I will be giving away the prizes right here. Okay, guys? All right?
Okay, we have some fun. We have some quiz. Whoever can answer the question correctly will get a free bear.
First one, the people that shout SDP the loudest. SDP. I will start giving you away all the lovely merchandise here. Okay, guys, ladies and gentlemen, beginning right here with the book, ladies and gentlemen, that's very important. So everybody, let's shout SDP.
SDP. SDP. SDP. Congratulations. Bernard is giving away free even though y'all don't have to answer any questions. He's being so generous today. The lucky one who got the books, later Dr. Chee will be, after the rally, Dr. Chee will be somewhere in the front to do the autograph session. Okay, so please stay with us.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, by the way, Sun Plaza was at the back, right? Has everybody eaten not? 吃饱了没有？吃饱了没有？吃饱了没有？没有啊。Okay, there's McDonald's right across over there. Go and eat. I also have not eaten my dinner yet. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you feel like a bit faint? Never mind. Just go out and go and eat. Okay,
no,
we have the best lineup of speakers.
There's a 250 chicken rice.
250 chicken rice.
250 chicken rice. Sembawang have 250 chicken rice.
$2.50 chicken rice.
$2.50 chicken rice. In this day of age is quite rare.
Sembawang people, I just want to ask you something. How does a $2.50 chicken rice taste like? Is it good or not? Is it good or not? Is it good or not? Well, you're at the best part of the location to get a $2.50 chicken rice. Okay, so once again, Sembawang people, the crowd is building up. Everybody raise your flags right here, high up in the air, everybody. Raise your flags right up. Sembawang, let's the voices be heard together as one from here all the way to the whole of Singapore. Sembawang, if we're ready, make some noise. Thank you so much, Sembawang. And right here, if you see anybody like want to faint or anything or cannot already dizzy, please let us know. Please alert us as well. We also want to say one more thing. To the men in blue who are taking care, it's not easy doing what they're doing. Do me a favor, everybody. Can we please give them a big, warm round of applause, everybody? Let's give them a big hand. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, are we ready to hear for our first speaker? Yeah. Is it about time?
Yeah. Okay, let me introduce our first speaker. He used to be a young Democrat when I just got to know him. He's Mr. Aza Suliman, and he is a very prominent youth leader in the Malay community. Ladies and gentlemen, let us give a warm welcome to Mr. Aza Suliman.
Plaza.
Yeah. Assalamualaikum semua. Good evening, Sembawang. Thank you all for being here, not just as a resident, but as a citizen who care deeply about our country. Last Friday, I stood in Bukit Panjang. I said something from the heart. Bukit Panjang, in short, is called BP. It also stands for brave people. Yeah. And today, I want to say, Sembawang too is full of brave people. You may not shout it, you may not show it, but bravery isn't loud, it's live. It's the mother who skips meals so her children don't go hungry. It's the hawker who keeps the stall open although the cost is rising. It's the student working part-time just to help with the bills. Bravery is waking up every day knowing the system isn't fair, but showing up anyway. But they tell you everything is fine. They say, trust us, HDB is still affordable. Trust us, the economy is strong with them. Trust us, your future is safe with PAP. But let me ask you something, Sembawang. Does it feel fine? No. Are your children able to buy home easily? No. Is your retirement secure? No. Can you afford to fall sick? No. Yes. Can you afford to grow old? The PAP solution is always the same. Throw more grants, hand out more vouchers, distract with more gimmicks like $1 eggs and all that. But the brave people of Singapore, you deserve real solution. We need housing policies rooted in fairness, not profit. Healthcare that is about healing, not bills. Leaders who listen, not lecture us. That is what Singapore Democratic Party is here to offer. We are not perfect, but we are honest, we are brave. We are not backed by GLC or billion-dollar budgets. We are backed by something stronger, the will of the people. Now, many of you know that I am a real estate agent in the day. So tonight, I want to talk something that is close to my heart. The HDB resale market. It's the elephant in the room. Even the recent budget, they didn't address it properly. Yes, prices continue to rise and fast. Last year alone, the price of our HDB increased by 10%. Here in Sembawang, the cheapest 3-room flat costs nearly 500,000. Why? Because there are hardly old flats in Sembawang. So if you are single and 35, you almost cannot afford a resale flat here. Unless you are a high-income earner or have significant CPF or cash savings. HDB own website shows that it had increased 37% in the last 4 years. Last week, I shared how my client 4-room flat gained 65% just like that. 65, just like that, in 5 years. Yesterday, I calculated for another client of mine, 5-room flat. It grows 60% in 5 years. Do the math for your own home. You might be shocked. Some might say, good what? Price go up. But really, ask yourself, who benefit the most when every year the price go up by 10 to 12%? Is it the young people buying their first flat? The retirees looking to downgrade? No, it's the bank or HDB that borrows out your loan, your home amount or loan amount. Number 2 is the government, because the more you park your CPF in your home, the more money is available for them to do their investment. And they pay you back 2.5%, cheap loan for them. Number 3, the government again, because they collect more tax, property tax, and all the stamp duties when you buy a home. But we are not here to complain. We are here to offer solutions. That's where our non-open market flats policy is here. For those who want a home, not an investment, no land cost, must sell it back to HDB, simple, secure, and fair, so it'll be cheaper. Because not everyone wants to get rich in life. Some just want to be happy for peace, stability, and dignity. Why not provide the option for us? Number 2, our solution is rent-to-own scheme for first-time homeowners, where rent contributes towards eventual ownership. Every year, I meet at least one client of mine that want to sell their flat the same year that they collect their keys. Most of the time is because they are getting divorced. I'm sure HDB face this a lot of time for their BTOs. And I have one more idea. This is for the sandwich class. Do bear with me because not everyone would relate to this. But it has something to do with our slogan. Thrive and not just survive. The proposal is scrap ABSD for Singaporean buying their second property. Because today, if you have a HDB and you want to buy a second property, you have to pay almost 24% of extra taxes. That is not helping people to grow. That is holding them back, killing their dreams of wanting to own a second home. Maybe that's the point. PAP only want us to survive, not thrive. Sembawang, I came here for this rally. I saw potential. I saw pride. I saw pain that had been ignored for far too long. But most of all, I saw bravery for coming here, although it was raining just now. So bravery is not just in Bukit Panjang. It's not just in Sembawang. It's in all of us, waiting to rise. So tonight I ask you, be the brave people who choose change. Be the brave people who say enough. Be the brave people who light the path forward. If Bukit Panjang was the spark, let Sembawang be the flame. Let's show the whole nation that courage is contagious. That hope is powerful. That change is possible. On 3rd May, all of your voters will be equals. All of your vote will be equal. And it will be very important because it will be a very tight contest for all our 11 SDP candidates. So vote with your heart. Vote with hope. Vote like the brave people you already are. Thank you, Sembawang. Let's be brave together. Let's take our future. Jadilah orang yang berani. I would like to end with a simple poem for all of us. We are not the rich. We are not the few. But we are strong and we are true. We don't have power, gold, or fame. But we have hope. That's our flame. So rise with courage. Cast your vote. For dreams we held, for words we wrote. The future is ours, no more disguise. Stand tall, stand proud. Let brave heart rise. Thank you, everyone.
SDP. SDP. Thank you, Aza. 居民们，5月3号，请投我们新加坡民主党一票。记得你的投票是秘密的，勇敢的投我们新加坡民主党一票，把我们的11位候选人送入国会。
And now, ladies and gentlemen, over to our next speaker right here. Let's give him a big warm round of applause. Right here. Yes, let's give her a big warm round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. She's right here coming in for Suraya, everybody.
Suraya is also our candidate for Sembawang GRC.
Let's give the chant, everybody. SD. Ladies and gentlemen, Suraya.
That's perfect. This one, yeah. Thank you so much. Thanks. Lower a bit, lower a bit. Thanks, Jay. Thank you, Shawa. Thank you. Good evening, Sembawang. Wow, it's good to see so many of you here tonight. We want to extend our sincere gratitude to our members and change makers for their tireless effort and dedication. Thank you also to our wonderful MCs who have given their all in support of our cause. There are a couple of ways you can continue to help us move forward. We would be grateful if you would consider supporting us by purchasing our adorable bears. Additionally, we are currently looking for enthusiastic individuals to sign up as polling agents. Your involvement in this crucial role would be invaluable. Thank you for your ongoing commitment and support. We note Minister Ong Ye Kung's suggestion that the Singapore Democratic Party has taken a leaf from another opposition party's housing proposal. This is factually incorrect and misleading. Let's set the record straight. The SDP non-open market NOM housing scheme was first introduced in 2019. The NOM scheme proposes that HDB flats be sold based on construction and administrative costs only without inflated land costs. It is designed as a parallel public housing model affordable for lower and middle income Singaporeans while stabilizing long-term housing affordability. To accuse the SDP of imitation is not only inaccurate, it also distracts from the real housing issues facing Singaporeans today. Runaway resale prices, housing insecurity for young families, and financial burdens on working citizens. Also, Ong Ye Kung can perhaps care to share some light to voters what happens to their flat at the end of their 99 years lease term. We also note the remarks made regarding upgrading works and development plans in areas like in Sembawang. Let us be clear, all town council improvements, infrastructure upgrades, and estate enhancements are paid using taxpayers' dollars.
Second.
They are not party gifts. They are not political rewards. They belong to the people of Singapore, regardless of who they vote for. To imply otherwise is to politicize public funds and betray the very principle of fair governance. Tell it like it is, if what you say be true. We in SDP don't just talk about fairness, we plan for it. Our NOM scheme is backed by policy logic and economic sustainability. Our town plans, like in Sembawang and other constituencies, are people first, not party first. We will continue to propose bold, compassionate, and grounded alternatives without fear and without needing to borrow anyone else's ideas. We invite Ong Ye Kung to debate policies, not play politics. Let us move the conversation away from turf wars and back to what truly matters: the people's homes, the people's lives, and the people's future. For decades, Sembawang has been treated like an afterthought, managed from spreadsheets planned with rulers and red tape, and promised upgrading carrots only when elections come around. Sound familiar? In 2006, they dangled leaf upgrading. In 2011, they waived a $500 million renewal plan. In 2020, they pointed to URA maps and called that a vision. And now, in 2025, they say, look, a seafront district coming soon, maybe, eventually, just trust us. We say, enough already. Sembawang deserve more than just brochures and blueprints. You deserve a town that builds with you, for you, and not just when it's convenient for a campaign. SDP's plan for Sembawang is different. It's not about pouring more concrete and steel roofs. It's about putting care, community, and heart back into the heartlands. Now let me ask you, how many of you have tried crossing an overhead bridge in Sembawang with groceries, or with elderly parents, or while carrying a child? And yet, no lifts, no ramps, just good luck and strong knees? But don't worry, the PAP says, be resilient. Resilient? Resilience is not climbing stairs with arthritis. It's a government that sees the stairs and installs a lift. We, in the SDP, will push for elevators at every major overhead bridge, because accessibility is not a luxury, it's a dignity. And speaking of dignity, our elderly have built this town. But how many proper resting spots are there for them when they go out for a walk? You know what we say? You can't sit on GDP. So, we'll install more seats with armrests and back support in high traffic areas, not just for comfort, but to show respect. We don't measure progress in dollars. We measure it in how we care for those who came before us. Now, I want to ask the young people here something. Have you ever tried finding a quiet, air-conditioned space to work or study in Sembawang without buying a $6 coffee? You either squat in a cafe or fight for power sockets at the library. We will fix that. SDP proposes a public collaborative co-working space open to students, freelancers, startups, retirees learning new skills. No need to buy a latte just to charge your laptop. And for the younger generation facing stress, anxiety, pressures from studies or work, we will build a youth mental wellness center right here in Sembawang. Because well-being shouldn't be a taboo. A support shouldn't come with strings attached. We don't need another overpriced mall. We need spaces that heal, that connect, that care. Now, let's talk about our coast. You know Sembawang Park Beach, right? Well, surprise, it got a fair grade for water quality, which is government speak for, maybe don't swim unless you have good insurance. And now, They want to build a shiny new waterfront district there. Look, we're all for development, but not if it turns our beach into a construction site and our fish into chemical experiments. SDP will demand real environmental protection with more regular water testing, with public reporting and strong enforcement against illegal dumping. Because we want to preserve our mangroves, not just margins on spreadsheets. Oh, and to all animal lovers out there, we didn't forget you. We will protect our stray cats by funding food and medical care, offering microchipping and working with volunteers, cat feeders who have been doing this from their own pockets. It's time the government stop acting like it's their playground and your problem. People comes first as well as our four-legged friends. This isn't frivolous policy. This is cultural strength. Friends, we know what the PAP will say. They'll tell you, don't take risks. Don't rock the boat. But let me ask, whose boat? The one with 2 black and white bungalows and private car parks? Or maybe they'll say, don't worry, we're our own checks. Yeah, right. The famous own check, own self check, own self. Let's be real. When power goes unchecked, the people get sidelined. And for decades, Sembawang has been sidelined. Token upgrades, copy-pasted plans, and no real voice in Parliament. You can change that. Come May 3rd. Don't give the PAP another 5 years of silence. Elect MPs who will speak for you, fight for you, and walk the ground with you, even when there's no media camera around. Vote for compassion, vote for transparency, vote for a town plan that puts the heart back into the heartland. Vote SDP, vote Sembawang's future thrive, not just survive. Thank you, Majulah, Singapura. Thank you, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, Suraya, everybody!
Thank you, Suraya, for that very, very passionate speech. I need to remind our voters again, your vote is secret. Come 3rd of May, please vote for our 11 candidates and send them to Parliament.
That's right. How many of you would like to vote Suraya in, everybody?
Suraya is also the candidate for Sembawang GRC, which is where the constituency we are in right now. Where is the Sembawang residents? Are you here? Can I hear Sembawang residents?
Not forgetting Sembawang West, are you here? Sembawang West, are you here?
Bukit
Sembawang,
Panjang
are you
also.
here?
Bukit Panjang residents, are you here? Bukit Panjang for Dr. Paul Tambyah. And last but not least,
over to you.
Marsiling UT.
Marsiling UT
residents, are you here? Thank you for joining us. Thank you. 5月3号，居民们，请投我们新加坡民主党一票，把我们的11位候选人送入国会，替你们发言。
That's right. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, right here, as the rest of the other speakers come in, feel free. We are going to enjoy ourselves. Feel free to get louder and louder if you like. Once again, ladies and gentlemen. And right now, we're going to bring on, is everybody ready? We're going to bring on, ladies and gentlemen, Daman, everybody!
Daman is what we affectionately always call him. He's the candidate for Sembawang GRC.
People of Sembawang GRC, how are you tonight? Tonight is our final pitch to you, our Sembawang voters, to vote us to be your SDP MPs. The power of change is back in your hands, a change that ignites hope from the deepest of our hearts to shape for ourselves and our families, our loved ones, a future we all want for our country, Singapore. Out of 7 rallies we held, 2 of them at Beacon Primary School in Bukit Panjang, the sky gifted us with a beautiful and gorgeous rainbow. Do you see that on Facebook? Is that a sign, my friends? We are grateful that the sky has poured its blessed rain on us on many days throughout this campaign to cool our hearts and wash away our fears. Sembawang, you have embraced us with your smiles and cheers, urging us on, Ciao! When we meet you at the coffee shops, the MRT, the corridors of your homes, we feel the warm welcome. Thank you, Sembawang! Now it's time for us. Thank you. Now it's time for us, the 5 candidates, to promise and pledge to you our commitment if you make us your SDP MPs on the 3rd of May. Number 1, we will speak up for you in Parliament on the issues that concerns you the most, that the PAP don't. Number 2, we will together run your estate and your town council professionally and efficiently on our own, with the support of our seasoned and experienced members who previously have done so before. Number 3, we will conduct the Meet the People session regularly to listen to your concerns and complaints and endeavor to help you the best we can in partnership with each other and relevant agencies whenever required. Number 4, we will engage you by organizing regular town hall meetings, focusing on aspects of life and living in Sembawang. And finally, number 5, we will strive to visit you at your homes and meet you regularly in and around Sembawang GRC. Is that okay? However, the first order of business, should you elect us on the 3rd of May, is to ensure a smooth transition between the previously run PAP Town Council to our newly set up SDP Sembawang Town Council. These are our thank you very much. These are our collective commitments to you, Sembawang. So, will you vote for SDP on the 3rd of May? Thank you. Now let us shift focus to Minister Ong Ye Kung. So Minister Ong Ye Kung was here the night after ours and disappointingly make some false accusations about the SDP, claiming that we copied the PSP on the non-open market BTO flat scheme proposal. These are the facts. The Singapore Democratic Party was the first to propose removing land costs from the pricing of public housing flats. In April 2019, the SDP introduced its non-open market scheme, suggesting that Housing and Development Board flats be priced based solely on administrative, material and labor costs, excluding land costs. This approach aims to make flats more affordable, with estimated prices ranging from 70,000 for 2-room flat to 240,000 for 5-room flats. The Progress Singapore Party, PSP, later proposed a similar concept in February 2023 through its affordable home scheme. Under this proposal, buyers would pay a user price covering construction and a notional location premium, differing the land cost payment until the flat is sold after the minimum occupation period. For instance, a 350,000 flat in Tengah would require an upfront payment of 140,000, with the remaining 210,000 representing the land cost payable upon resale. In summary, the SDP was the first to advocate for excluding land costs from HDB flat prices, introducing its proposal in 2019, while the PSP presented a related scheme in 2023. So how, people? Can we POFMA the minister? Yeah, so tomorrow we POFMA the minister, okay? So we always kena POFMA, right? So it's about time we POFMA them. Then, thank you very much. Then, in another part of his speech, he said things to imply that only he and the PAP MPs can discuss and partner government agencies. And that, yes, how can that be so? And that his ministerial position advantages Sembawang. On the first point, is he saying that the government agencies are partisan and politically beholden to the PAP? Surely not, right? Such that when we become MPs, these agencies will not talk to us, because it sounds like that. The government agencies and the civil servants who run and operate them are professionals and non-partisan, and definitely do not have any political masters. Or does Minister Ong Ye Kung think otherwise, or have been acting otherwise all this while? In other words, he has been abusing his party and political position to get the government agencies to work for him. Has he been behaving like their political masters? Has Minister Ong Ye Kung overstepped his political power? He better get back in line before he need to belakang pusing the second time in this election. Fellow Singaporeans, this is the reality that the PAP has created after holding to power for more than 60 years, blurring the lines, becoming too comfortable with their way of working where political influence and overlapping interests seems prevalent. This is not right. In the meantime, the PAP continues to use fear-mongering campaign. Do you think it will work? No. Do you fear change? No. Do you want change? Yes. Change for the better. Yes. Change that brings hope. Yes. Changing your MPs from the PAP to the SDP. Thank you very much. Among what was said here by the PAP is don't play with your votes. You may lose too many ministers. And that to them may be bad. Is that bad, my friends? No. Is losing Vivian Balakrishnan in Parliament bad? No. Is losing Ong Ye Kung in Parliament bad? We have Dr. Paul Tambyah can take over him as the health minister anytime. So, my friends, do not let their fear-mongering deter you from giving the other side a chance, as the late LKY predicted. So on the 3rd of May, be brave and courageous to try the other side and vote for SDP. Vote for the Sembawang GRC team. Thank you. Allow me to speak in Malay. Boleh, terima kasih. Para pengundi GRC Sembawang, anda akan mengundi Sabtu ini. Kuasa rakyat sekarang di tangan anda. Adakah anda puas hati dengan prestasi MP PAP anda? Bukan saja dalam hal ehwal bandaraya anda, tetapi yang lebih penting lagi, kemajuan yang lebih syumul merangkumi kesejahteraan anda dan keluarga anda di bumi Sembawang ini. Kami calon-calon dari SDP menawarkan khidmat kami untuk anda sebagai MP baru anda untuk Sembawang GRC. Kami akan memberikan tumpuan sepenuhnya kepada pembangunan dan program yang telah disampaikan oleh Dr. James Gomez tempoh hari dalam Pelan Bandaraya Sembawang kami yang akan menyemarakkan kawasan undi anda dengan saranan-saranan yang telah dihasilkan melalui maklum balas anda. Sebagai MP anda nanti, pasukan MP SDP dari GRC Sembawang akan melakukan pendekatan yang mesra penduduk melalui pertemuan-pertemuan town hall bagi membuka peluang untuk anda melibatkan diri membentuk ciri-ciri baru kawasan undi Sembawang GRC ini. Terdapat banyak ciri-ciri istimewa hanya ada di Sembawang, seperti kawasan Masjid Pertempatan Melayu Sembawang, banglo hitam putih, yang ini yang baik-baik punya, yang era British yang indah kan kita lihat, sekitaran yang menghijau luas di beberapa lokasi. Semua ini akan menjadi pemangkin untuk mencetus buah fikiran segar dan baru untuk kami sebagai MP anda bersama-sama dengan anda lakarkan kebugaran baru untuk Sembawang GRC. InsyaAllah. Boleh? Dari Canberra ke Admiralty, singgah sebentar di Sun Plaza. Kami berlima menawarkan diri sedia berkhidmat untuk anda. Selamat mengundi pada 3 Mei. Undilah SDP. Terima kasih. Finally, voters of Sembawang GRC. On the 3rd of May, use the power to change in your hands and vote for the SDP. Thank you and good night.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, vote Daman in, everybody. Let's give him a big round of applause.
I like the energy level here. Can I hear you again, Sembawang? Sembawang, the Sembawang team here, the energy is so good. Come on, let's do it, Sembawang.
Sembawang. Everybody, we're going to do a photo later on, huh? Let's go. Sembawang, hands up, Sembawang. 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 That's right. Sembawang, make some noise.
Remember, 3rd of May, please vote for our 11 candidates and send them to Parliament. Your vote is secret. Do not be afraid to vote for SDP. 5月3号，居民们，请投我们新加坡民主党一票，把我们的11位候选人送入国会。
That's right, and that's why we're here, everybody, to bring up our next speaker. Let's bring it up, bring it warm, bring it hot, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it together. Sambal.
Sambal.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Alfred Tan. Let's give him a round of applause, Mr. Alfred, everybody.
Alfred is the candidate for Sembawang GRC.
Good evening, Sembawang. Singapore is not broken. It is bleeding. We are bleeding not because we are lazy, not because we lack ideas, but because the people in charge, the ones you had elected, stopped listening to you. GST go up, costs of food go up, cost of everything go up. But your salary, not much. You are still stuck in the same rat race. The government said we must increase GST. And it's right after the COVID pandemic, during inflation time, and at a time when people are just trying to breathe again. Is that heartless? Yes. Did the PAP government care? No. Did your Sembawang PAP MPs fight back? No. Did they say, wait, not now, my people are suffering? Did they? No, that's right. They just followed instructions. Keep quiet, be obedient. Is that leadership from your MPs? Or are they just a rubber stamp? I tell you what leadership is. Leadership is listening. Leadership is standing up to say, this policy hurts my residents. We must change it. The SDP MP will look out for you. We will speak out loud and clear for you. We will push for policies that are caring, reasonable, and humane, because that's our job. We want a leader who represents you. You do not need a useless chop, a rubber stamp to represent the government bad policies. Now, let's just also talk sometime about our small businesses and SMEs. You may run a shop, a hawker store, a logistic or delivery outlet, or maybe a small accounting practice or grooming services. You have been struggling because GST was high. The cost of ingredients and raw material is high. Rent is up. Utilities is up. Manpower hard to find. Foreign competition undercutting you. It is the bad, uncaring policies of the PAP government. They insisted on the GST increases. They created the high COE system, thereby increasing transport and delivery costs. They let you suffer because they don't see you as a priority. Their top priority is to squeeze the money, the life out of you, to exploit you. A thriving SME ecosystem is the strength and backbone of a strong, independent nation. The MNCs come and go. They go where the cost is cheaper, where workers and rents are cheaper, and they do not have any loyalty to any other host country except their home country. We in the SDP say this clearly. Small businesses are the soul of the local economy. The SMEs are the strength of a nation. They impact many, many aspects of the lives of the people, the community, the town. They are too important to ignore. The government controls most of the land in Singapore. It can set policies to control the cost of land and rent here in Singapore. If the government sets certain caps or certain restrictions on property prices, especially those government-owned properties which they own a lot, the nation can collectively benefit and progress better. If the price of the coffee shop below your block has not been sold at such crazy prices, the store rentals will not need to be so high. Then the food sold by the food stores will not be that high. If the price of the resale secondary HDB market has not been sold at such crazy prices, the rest of the country's HDB flat prices will not be pulled up by these few crazy transactions. And now, since the PAP government takes reference from the prevailing selling price of flats in that area, more moderate resale price will now certainly contain the prices of upcoming BTO flats. The SDP has in our proposal a new stock of public flats that will be sold at a cheaper rate. This will help Singaporeans get a roof over their heads without saddling themselves with debts for so long. The price of non-open market flats, the NOM flats, the SDP calls it, will be calculated without the land cost, but with the condition that it must be sold back to the HDB when the flat lease owner moves out later. Now, the rest of Singapore can still buy the more expensive existing flats if they want to. Our NOM proposal has been in our policy papers long before the PSP was set up. So it befuddles me and my colleagues in the SDP how Mr. Ong Ye Kung could publicly accuse the SDP of taking this fantastic idea from the PSP when the PSP has not even been born. I guess paying $1 million to a minister doesn't guarantee you top quality leaders in the PAP government. And as usual, the PAP ministers will never apologize for their foul-outs because in their minds, they can make no mistakes. Is that the kind of leader and minister Singapore deserves? The bad and heartless policies of the PAP government, such as the increase in GST, the increase in property prices in Singapore, is killing the spirit of everyday Singaporeans and SMEs. That greed of the PAP government to want to squeeze out as much as it can out of ordinary Singaporeans must stop. Voters on Sembawang, stand up and reject the PAP. Send that message to the PAP. Do not fear. Instead, stand up confidently because of the new hope, a better tomorrow. And it's not just about Parliament and government policies. Let's talk about our neighborhood, our town. Sembawang deserves better town management. You deserve towns, estates that are clean, dry, safe, and vibrant. I hear flooding in certain areas. Is it clean? Residents have been talking and complaining, but is the town council listening? SDP heard you. You told us the present set of PAP MPs could not keep the town clean. Mr. Ong Ye Kung is too busy with his 100 horses. He has no time to hear your concerns. No time to respond and solve your problems. We in the SDP will push for better flood management, quicker estate response, safety patrols in quiet zones, upgrades where needed, not where it's politically convenient. Because it's not just about winning elections. It's about doing right after winning your vote. This is how we built a vibrant, caring town with real ground presence, not just posters and banners that you see around the town now. Let me say this clearly. The SDP believes in building Sembawang from the ground up. Not just through policies, but through presence, through your partnership, through the people. We are not here to be heroes. We are here to be your voice, your backup, your team. Now, let me say something important too, especially to our civil servants. To those of you working hard in the civil service, maybe you have been told cannot vote opposition. Maybe you have been pressured to just support the status quo. Let me be very, very clear. Your vote is secret. No one, I repeat, no one can see how you vote. Your bosses in the civil service cannot see your vote. They do not know. And you know what else? In a democracy, a good civil service works with any elected government, not with just one party. Not voting PAP is not betrayal. It is patriotism. Because a good government must be balanced, inclusive. It must take care of the diverse needs of Singaporeans. You deserve the nation. You serve the nation. And that includes the people, not just the ruling party. So, to every teacher, nurse, HDB engineer, military officers, stat board executive, LTA planners, civil service, you are allowed to vote for change. And we thank you for your service, no matter how you vote. But vote with heart. Vote with conscience. Now let me close with this. You don't need perfect politicians. You just need politicians who care, who listen, and who dare to speak up. And that's what SDP stands for. So in this election, if you want a well-maintained and caring town, if you want real help for businesses, if you want an MP who dares to challenge unfair policies, if you want someone who will never forget where he came from, then vote with your mind, vote with your heart, vote for hope, vote for life, vote for change, vote SDP. Thank you, Sembawang. Majulah, Singapore.
Thank you, Alfred.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alfred, everybody, Miss Alfred Tan, let's give him a big hand.
So on 3rd of May, like what Alfred said, we will remove them.
That's right. And the spirits are getting stronger and stronger by the minute. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody right here, Sembawang, we thrive. Once again, not just survive. Everybody make some noise! Sembawang roar!
And commercial break. It's time for me to do my job again.
Everybody, let's give her a big round of applause. She's gonna do her job, guys. Let's give her a big hand, guys. Let's give the support she needs.
Take a nicer picture of me, please. When you have to post, take a nicer picture of me. Supporters, please go to our merchandise booth, get a clapper, get a bear, get a book, support us. We need all the support that we can to fund this campaign. And also, the SDP need polling agent. Please sign up as our polling agent. For more information, please go to our merchandise booth. They'll be more than happy to explain to you, the shift and what is needed for the polling agent.
That's right, supporters, give yourself a big clap. Everybody clap as loud as you can, guys. Jaslyn, I'm going to do this one for you. Everybody, when I say 1, 2, 3, okay, everybody, for her. Because you know what she's been covered, having to go through so much. Right here, bring your clapper, bring your books, bring your lao boo boo. Everybody, I say 1, 2, 3, everybody, raise your flags and make some noise. This one is for you, Jaslyn. Sembawang roar! Everybody together. That's the crowd. Sembawang roar.
Thank you very much. And let's welcome our next speaker, Dr. James Gomez. And he's the candidate for Sembawang GRC.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, advocate for democracy and human rights, Dr. James Gomez, everybody.
It's okay. Today, the title of my speech is called Reset Sembawang. Replace PAP, install change. Dear voters of Sembawang, your vote this coming Saturday, the 3rd of May, is a vote to reset Sembawang GRC. Since the start of the elections, at every rally, through every statement, every piece of campaign messaging from the PAP and Ong Ye Kang, there's only one thing that stands out. They are stuck in the past. Stuck talking about what you should be grateful for and stuck using the same old fear-mongering playbook. It is clear the PAP is not the party of change. Singaporeans want new ideas, real accountability, and leaders who put the people, not the party and their individual selves, at the center. In the run-up to the elections, and now through this election season, analysts, netizens, observers, and residents alike have ranked the SDP as one of the first-tier opposition parties in Singapore. But we are humbled by the recognition. The truth is, the SDP is just an ordinary party, made up by ordinary people, but we do have lots of passion. Nevertheless, at the request of Sembawang residents, the SDP has come forward to contest in Sembawang GRC in the hope that our passion to serve can help the residents. So thank you, residents of Sembawang, for giving us this privilege. With SDP, there is no need for Ong Ye Kang to bring the Turf City horses here. The SDP's red horses, your candidates for Sembawang GRC and Sembawang West SMC, are already here. And with the Sembawang voters' blessing and support, we hope to win and replace Ong Ye Kang and his PAT team for Sembawang residents. We are the no horse run. SDP, Bo Bei Chao. SDP, Bo Bei Chao. SDP, Bo Bei Chao. Ong Ye Kung says, if you don't want to give us, the PAP, a blank check, then don't give the SDP a free pass either. It is the PAP that has had a free pass for decades. And what have they done with it? Look around you. Cost of living has soared, job security is failing, while inequality is rising. Healthcare is expensive for ordinary Singaporeans, and support is piecemeal. Every year, every election, it is the same issues and the same hardships that Singaporeans have to face that the PAP cannot resolve. Ong Ye Kung has collected millions in salary from the taxpayers' money. It is his job to deliver results, not to sit back while the civil servants do the work and arrogantly shoot down the SDP's ideas collected from Singaporeans to alleviate the people's suffering. We can no longer afford to be passive against this inability of the PAP to solve the people's problems. The situation simply cannot go on. It must stop here and now. The PAP team in Sembawang has to be replaced. Let's speak about Sembawang's town development. Every election, the PAP boasts about whatever infrastructure that has been built in the past years. Ong Ye Kung says, do you think any of this would happen if the SDP were in charge? Dear Sembawang residents, these aren't PAP gifts. Town development is not a PAP favor to give or not to give to the people as and when it chooses. These are public projects funded by taxpayers and have to be completed according to the national plan. But what is Ong Ye Kung doing? He's issuing thinly veiled threats to Sembawang residents. Vote for the PAP or lose your development projects. What we are seeing now is the true face behind Ong Ye Kung's social media spun narrative. A politically presumptuous, a politically entitled, constituency hopping, underperforming minister who now can sense the Sembawang voters do not want him anymore. But let me ask, where is Ong Ye Kung's Sembawang town plan? On 7 April, early this month, he announced that the Sembawang plan for the next 5 years will be published in the coming weeks. It has been 3 weeks, and we are on the second to last day of the campaign. Still no sound, no picture. He has become a silent Ong, a Bo Sia Ong. Bo Sia Ong, Bo Sia Ong, Bo Sia Ong. Meanwhile, the SDP has delivered its own town plan titled Putting the Heart in Heartland for the Constituency in the Northern Strategy. The town plan is a people-centered blueprint shaped by the voices of you, the Sembawang residents, aimed at building an inclusive, accessible, and connected community. It prioritizes key improvements like more seating for seniors and lifts on overhead bridges, while also creating support system for youths and plans to protect the environment, animal, and wildlife. The SDP will also convene regular town halls in areas under the SDP's Northern Strategy to ensure ongoing public input and alignment. But when we mention town hall, PAP Sembawang West SMC candidate Polly Sun mocks our town halls. She calls them political theater. What this really means is how far removed the PAP is from the basic idea of democracy. To them, public participation sounds alien, something unnecessary or even threatening to them. It also shows that the PAP can only see open, honest public consultation efforts as political stunts because they do not see the use in talking to you and us as residents. But to us in the SDP, town halls are about real engagement. Town halls bring people together publicly so problems can be discussed collectively. We plan to hold such town halls in Sembawang and other constituencies in our northern strategy regularly. At every town hall, we will engage with the people. That is accountability. We know the PAP rejects this approach, and that is exactly the difference between the PAP and the SDP. But let's move to healthcare. Ong Ye Kung is a health minister with no medical background, propping himself up over civil servants at the health ministry, talking down to the very people he's meant to serve. Over the years, the PAP has built a system so complex, MediSave, MediShield, aggressive means testing, and stringent subsidies. All this while he fails to keep healthcare prices in check, punishing Singaporeans for not being able to afford private options themselves. The SDP proposes a single-payer universal health model, one that removes unnecessary administrative waste, eliminates duplication caused by the multi-cluster system, and puts money directly into care, not into bureaucracy. At the same time, we will push for lowering healthcare costs. Meanwhile, and here this is interesting, across a whole week of campaigning, Ong Ye Kung has not presented a single new health idea, only recycling the PAP's tired party lines and political posturing. Ong Ye Kung has no cogent argument apart from spouting out a bunch of convoluted statements. On the other hand, the SDP has launched a detailed policy brief nationalizing mental health care. In addition to National Healthcare Policy Platform that seeks to address the root causes of the mental health crisis, together with increasing support for those with mental health conditions. Our proposal is to bring mental health care centrally as a critical component of Singapore's National Health Plan. This is the kind of initiative that SDP MPs are capable of bringing to Parliament. Our initiative on the town plan and the national health care are examples of the ideas and work SDP MPs can do for the residents of Sembawang GRC. That's why we are fielding not only passionate candidates, but also candidates of caliber with sound policy-oriented ideas and who are ready to serve. Let's talk about housing. Ong Ye Kung insists that removing land costs from new BTO flats will cheapen new flats but will damage resale value. Ong Ye Kung is out of touch and has not got his facts right, as my colleagues have pointed out. Not all young people are thinking about the resale value of flats. If your first flat is priced out of reach, then what good is the resale market? Young people want affordable housing, want to start families, and do not want to worry about costs and expenditures. Increasingly, for young people, a home is a place to live, not just to be a stock to flip down the line. We propose a non-open market scheme that prices HDB flats for their construction and administration costs and allows HDB buybacks not to rob value but to restore excess, to restore the original core value of having an HDB flat scheme in the first place. For young Singaporeans, what matters most is affordable housing to start their independent lives. In short, in this election campaign, Ong Ye Kung has nothing substantive to offer. And in this vacuum of ideas, he continues to attack the opposition and bully the voters to vote for him and the PAP, all the while downplaying the problems, eating away at Singaporeans or denying them altogether. Ong Ye Kung is a great example of the type of politician the PAP grooms and props up. Singaporeans don't want PAP MPs who will speak down to them condescendingly. When voters reject such PAP candidates in one constituency, the PAP parachutes them into another redrawn constituency, hoping that a weak political contender there will let them through with the free pass. Well, not this time in Sembawang. This time, it's a face-off with the SDP, vote for SDP, vote for SDP MPs, give us a clear mandate of 50.1% or more. It is clear as we gallop into the final turn that Ong Ye Kung is hemorrhaging public support. Hence, he has started on a political self-praising campaign. Self-praise, if it's used judiciously, can be a positive tool to boost confidence and self-esteem. In Ong Ye Kung's case, this self-praise is excessive, boastful, and arrogant. It is simply too much. So Ong Ye Kung leaves us no choice. We have to sack that bugger! Sack that bugger! Sack that bugger! Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, James.
Dr. James Gomez, everybody.
3rd of May, please vote for our 11 candidates. Vote for Sembawang GRC. Let them be your representative in Parliament.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Vote for the right bugger. And now, leave it to intro.
Now, allow me to introduce our Sembawang GRC candidate and also the team leader, Mr. Brian Lim.
Can the people at the back hear me? Good. Dear voters of Sembawang GRC and supporters of the SDP, let me hear you roar! Thank you. First of all, I'd like to speak in English for the first few minutes of my speech to make a rebuttal to Mr. Ong Ye Kung's criticism of our party in his speech at this very venue 2 days ago. 首先，请让我利用这几分钟，用英语针对王以康先生2天前在同样这个地点批评我党的现实中做一点反驳。 我稍后才用中文演说，好不好？ My friends, I would like to quote Mr. Ong Kang from Chao Bao's online article, printed on 29th April at 1:25 a.m. He said, the opposition, and obviously he's referring to the SDP, is good at proposing radical policies, while the PAP has been more pragmatic after years in power, and the policies it implements are all well thought out. Now, my friends, may I ask you to join me in a little exercise? Don't worry, I'm not going to ask you to collect cardboards for this exercise like Mr. Tan Chuan Jin. I just need a few minutes of your time to find out some answers on your own. Is that all right with you? Firstly, I would like you to take out your mobile phone. Has everyone done that? For the viewers at home, please join us in this exercise. Secondly, please go to any browser, for example, Google. I want you to type ChatGPT. You have the ChatGPT app. Please open it up. Are you done? Some uncles and aunties may be struggling at this stage. So for those who are tech savvy, can you please help them? All right, is everyone ready? Now, I want you to type these words in the ChatGPT query box and repeat after me as you type so that the whole of Sun Plaza can hear you. Repeat after me, all right? How many SDP policies with the PAP copy and adopt in the last 30 years? Have you typed that? Okay. Okay, don't press the submit button yet because I want to do it together. Right, are you done? Okay. Is someone ready? Okay, let's press the submit button now. What do you see? Do you see the list of so-called radical SDP policies which the pragmatic PAP government has copied and adopted? Do you see that? Okay, my friends, I need a small favor from you. Can you please show this to Mr. Ong if you happen to see him tomorrow during his walkabouts or house visits? Can you do it? Or you can send these ChatGPT results to his social media channels. Thank you. Now, let's see if ChatGPT has a snowball's chance of being puff-mud by him, since the PAP is fond of using this political tool to silence dissent. My friends, you can continue to play around with ChatGPT and ask questions like, is Shanmugam's garden bigger than my house? Or, how many of Ong Ye Kung's 100 horses can fit into Vivian Balakrishna's garden? But please, my friends, please do this only after the rally, or Dr. Paul and Dr. Chee is going to box my ears later when you don't pay attention to their speeches, okay? All right, enough of horsing around. Let me switch to Mandarin for now. 各位，经过刚才的活动，足以证明了 王以康先生指责民主党只会提出激进的政策，而行动党执政多年，更加失误的理论是不攻自破的。行动党在这30年来频频抄袭我党的替代政策，例如我党的再就业计划与临时援助计划 ，in English is called Restart， 提高高收入者税率，取消天才教育计划 GEP， 全民医保单一支付者制度，最低工资法等政策。人民行动党换汤不换药，不止不承认我党的功劳，而且还声称民主党的提议没有机会为打造更繁荣的新加坡做出贡献。各位，王先生说的话有没有道理？王以康先生还说，新加坡民主党效仿了另一个反对党的做法，提议将土地成本从主屋的价格中剔除。他所指的反对党就是前进党 PSP。各位，我要借这个机会澄清一下，民主党早在2019年4月，首先推出了非公开市场方案。此方案率先提议将土地成本从公共住房的定价中剔除。民主党建议建物发展局的主屋定价完全基于行政、材料和劳动力成本，不包括土地成本。这一方案旨在降低主屋价格，预计2房式的单位售价从7万新元至5房式单位的24万新元不等。我再重申，新加坡民主党是2019年4月推出此项替代政策的，而前进党 PSP 是2019年3月底才创党的。所以，请问王以康先生，我们民主党是怎样抄袭他呢？民主党虽然没有国会议席，但这不代表我们没有在国会以外继续为人民拟定良好的替代政策。所以，王以康先生，请拜托你，请你先做好功课，把时间和顺序搞清楚，好吗？您身为一个部长，有这么多的资源，为什么还会搞错呢？大家说对不对？所以，我问大家，王以康先生是不是应该为他的不实之词向民主党道歉？王以康先生还说，取消本地成本会影响转售价。各位亲爱的朋友，你们自己看看，一个当部长的，不是先在乎大家是否有个家，特别是为我们的年轻族群，而是先在乎是否大家能在房地产这一块捞一笔。王以康先生似乎忘了新加坡建物发展局的使命。那小弟借这个机会再次重申发展局它的使命。发展局说，我们要提供负担得起的高质量住房和良好的居住环境，让社区蓬勃发展。请问各位有听到建物发展局的使命是叫大家买公共住房转售捞一笔吗？有吗？各位，政府主屋乃家之本，不是用来当股票、当赌注、用来牟利的工具。 数据显示，2013年一间4房式主屋价格28万，现在已经叫价65万，整整升了1倍之多。各位，那么我们的下一代该如何是好？我请问大家，不住在政府主屋的王先生，能不能了解年轻人在住房这方面的担忧呢？在薪水增长缓慢的情况下，年轻一辈是否有能力供庞大的房贷呢？我想请问大家，年轻人变成30年的房奴，谁会得利？没错，当然是卖地的政府。而且房价炒得更高，国内生产总值 GDP 就会升得更高，而部长的花红与 GDP 是挂钩的。所以大家知道为什么王先生这么关心主屋的转售价了。所以，当您在5月3号投票时，请您千万要三思而后行，好不好？请您把票投给有能力、有担当的新加坡民主党，让我们为您挺身而出，仗义直言，好不好？谢谢大家。
Thank you, Bernard. I would like to remind our voters, your vote is secret. So come 3rd of May, go to the poll, vote for us, vote for SDP, and let our 11 candidates be your voice in Parliament.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Vote for who?
And now for the moment that you all are waiting for.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have a session together right now. All right? We are going to bring, and it's there. It's a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen.
The moment
the
a lot
moment
of
waiting
you
for.
are waiting for.
We are going to bring, as you would say, I mean, there's no other way to put it. We're going to bring our balls. Everybody shout, SD.
SDP.
That's right, we got the iron in us, ladies and gentlemen. The iron in us right here.
For those holding the flag, please lower it down so that we
That's
don't
right,
puncture
bounce it up, everybody.
Keep the balls rolling.
Louder, everybody. SDP, 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 SDP. Everybody roar! SDP, SDP. Yes, let them show us who we are.
While you are passing the ball around, 居民们
SDP roar!
居民们记得5月3号，请投我们新加坡民主党一票，把我们的11位候选人送入国会。
You are the people, ladies and gentlemen. You are the iron, ladies and gentlemen. And they will be the voices of you. Who do we vote for?
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And now, let us welcome our speaker, the speaker that many of you are waiting for, the candidate for Bukit Panjang SMC, Dr. Paul Tambyah.
It's supported by everybody. Once again, everybody, who do we vote for?
This is too low. Too high. Yeah, turn it down. Thank you. Yeah, down, sorry. Yeah, okay. Good, perfect. Yeah. And move it a bit more to the side. Yeah. Dear residents of Sembawang, in August 2022, the SDP announced our decision to return to Sembawang in a big way by holding a mega walkabout on National Day that culminated in Kampong Admiralty with a media doorstop. It got quite a bit of coverage, but soon after that, I was at a medical function where the guest of honor was Mr. Ong Yi Kang. Now, my table happened to be near to the ballroom entrance, and my wife suggested that I get up to greet Mr. Ong as he passed by to show him there was nothing personal about the SDP going to Sembawang. However, before I could get up, he came over and he shook my hand, and he said, "You are going to Sembawang." I said, "Not me, but our team is." He smiled, was ushered to his seat by the chairman. The Zao Bao captured that interaction. And the photo is a great piece of photojournalism, which you can look up if it may still be available online. Anyway, the point of this story is to emphasize that the SDP campaign has never been personal. We do not do negative campaigning. Mr. Ong comes from a distinguished political family. His father, Mr. Ong Lian Teng, won the Bukit Panjang constituency for the opposition, Barisan Socialists, in the general election of 1963 with 46.45% of the vote, just a little more than I had, against the incumbent PAP MP, Mr. Lee Kun Choi, in a four-cornered fight. He resigned his seat in December 1965, complaining that the PAP have ignored the principles of democracy in the interests of the party. Doesn't that sound familiar? Mr. Ong Yi Kang is reported to have waited for his father's blessings before joining the PAP, which is something I respect. My father and I disagreed in the past about a number of things, and it was good that we made peace before he passed away. So the SDP's campaign is not about Mr. Ong personally. It's about a different vision for the people of Sembawang and the people of Singapore. Mr. Ong will be fine, whatever the result on Saturday. He bounced back after losing Aljunied in the 2011 general election, and I'm sure that he's more than capable of bouncing back again if he should lose again on the 3rd of May. So vote for a better Singapore, and don't worry about our talented PAP ministers. Now, over the last few days in these rallies, I've gone over the SDP's manifesto, which is built around our campaign slogan, Thrive. We envision a Singapore where every citizen, and not just the rich who live in 249,000 square foot properties, can thrive. For them, Singapore is a great place to thrive. The wealthy send their children to expensive preschools, spend thousands of dollars in tuition so they can ace their PSLE, get into an independent school, get sports coaching so they can excel in their CCA, then go to Harvard or Stanford, and come back to run their father's business. This is, in Singapore terms, a true representation of meritocracy, as the ad goes. Or the other smaller group who grew up in rental flats, got free tuition from ethnic self-help groups, fortunately aced the PSLE, went to a lousy school, which I went to for my last 2 years, got a scholarship to Oxford or Cambridge, went on to a career in the admin service, and eventually became a minister or secured a comfortable job in a GLC, eventually getting their good class bungalow. In the eyes of many people, that is the Singapore dream as charted by the PAP. And we do not deny that there are some people thriving in Singapore today. It's just that they seem to be a very small minority. What we want is a Singapore where everyone can thrive, no matter your circumstances. Now, yesterday, I was at the Wichara podcast recording hosted by my friend Nizam Ismail. And one of the other guests was the distinguished, and he doesn't like to be called veteran, journalist P.N. Balji. He commented that none of the political parties, including the PAP, had provided a clear vision of what they envisaged Singapore to be like in the next 5 years or even further into the future. So I thanked him for his insight. And I promised to deliver in the last two rallies. Well, here it goes. Now, hear this. So if you elect SDP MPs in Parliament, you can be assured, even though there'll be a maximum of 11, in the best case scenario, we will still hold the government accountable if they fall short of our vision for Singapore, and that is a place where everyone can thrive and not just survive. If we do well, in the next 5 years, who knows, in GE2030 we could put up more candidates, and maybe in the future you'd get us in the position to make some of these real changes. In the meantime, as an opposition party in Parliament, we'll do our job to present alternatives, to identify gaps in the current system, and to work to bring government actions closer to the people, rather than what makes the elite happy. We believe that that's what the people of Singapore want, and that they deserve a fair chance to do well in their lives, no matter what their circumstances. So in contrast to the elite pathway I mentioned earlier, where the PAP seems to select people for the privilege of thriving, in the SDP's world, all children would start from a good place, because maternal and child health would be essentially all provided by the government with small co-payments, as in the golden era of Singapore's public health in the 1960s and 70s. During that time, the infant mortality rate plummeted, and Singapore became among the world's best places to be a mother and have a baby, all with a largely publicly funded healthcare system. In 1966, the year after I was born, Singapore had the birthquake. KK Hospital had the world record for the highest number of live births in 1 year. And I know that's hard to believe. Can you imagine a Singapore hospital had the highest number of births of any hospital in the world, and how far we have fallen? So while most children will be born healthy, some will have disabilities, and these will be looked after with comprehensive support for both their healthcare and developmental needs. And this will be provided by a mandatory national health insurance scheme, which includes everyone, and is based on risk pooling so that no one is left behind. Rare diseases will be covered by reinsurance, which will also be mandatory for the insurance providers selected for inclusion. After finishing a nationalized preschool education program with standard curriculum, equal access to resources, the children will go to a school within walking distance of their homes. They will have a dedicated teacher who will follow them from P1 to P3 and another from P4 to P6. The teacher will have much less admin work and will be able to nurture the children in partnership with the parents, with small class sizes, so they can get to know the kids. There will be no more PSLE. So the kids can go to programs that suit their needs and their interests, rather than have their futures determined by achievement levels in one single high-stakes exam. For those who are academically inclined, this will go all the way up to the 12th year of school. Then they'll have the opportunity to go to an institute of higher learning, where they'll be eligible for all the scholarships that were previously limited to foreign students and not open to Singaporeans. Once they graduate, they'd be able to compete fairly for jobs with their compatriots and have their basic rights as workers protected, including a living wage. If there are certain areas which were not covered by the local education system and were not perfect, talented foreigners could be brought in for a limited period of time to enable the local graduates to catch up and benefit from technology transfer. They will be encouraged to join small and medium-sized enterprises, which would benefit from government grants and programs to allow them to compete with large multinational companies. And they would be encouraged to start a family by housing grants, preferential allocation of housing, and they could choose open market or non-open market flats depending on their long-term financial plans. They would be able to pay off their mortgages within a relatively short period of time, as the cost of the flats would not include land costs. They would be free to pursue the arts and culture, either in their spare time or if they choose to as a career. Singapore will once again be a regional hub of the film industry, like in the days of Cathay Christ. Our sports teams will be world-class, like our hockey team, which made it to the Melbourne Olympics in 1956. Or our badminton teams, which repeatedly won the Thomas Cup. If the citizen is retrenched, they won't panic because they would have access to retrenchment insurance proposed by the SDP, which pays them a living allowance and is insurance-based, part of CPF, rather than a drain on the national coffers like the current PAP program. If they do retire, they will be eligible for the SDP's senior support scheme, so that our seniors who built the country don't have to spend their last days cleaning toilets or collecting cardboard. Now, I know that this sounds like a kind of utopia, but it is all eminently achievable. The first generation of PAP leaders brought us close to that kind of ideal, with national schools, HDB flats, which could be only sold back to the HDB, very good publicly funded healthcare. But unfortunately, we lost our way. And like many countries in the world, we embraced the neoliberal ideas, which decided that the elites should get all the benefits and the rest of us should pay for them. We have an opportunity right now to reverse course for Singapore and to return to our democratic socialist roots. The SDP has been consistent in our values for more than 40 years, and we think that the people of Singapore share many of these values too. And we have come to the point where we can say, enough is enough. We do not need to pander to the whims and fancies of those living in $88 million homes, while we struggle to afford basic public housing just down the road. We have been very heartened by the responses from the people we have met over the years, and in particular in the last few days. Many have expressed their frustrations at a government which doesn't seem to have any ideas about what to do with the global problem of inflation, short of giving vouchers and handouts. You know, the minister said they take a chicken wing but give a whole chicken, but we're not fooled. We can see with our eyes what's really happening. But having said that, one issue which does come up is the $1 meal. These meals are very popular. And in fact, just this afternoon, a resident of Bukit Panjang told us that he voted us in GE2020, but he said that the current MP organized these $1 meals from more than a year ago. And he showed me a very colorful brochure where he checked off every month as he got his $1 meal for his month. He also mentioned the HDB's home improvement program. And I told him the money for those programs came from him and all Singaporeans as taxpayers. And the works of the HDB and the People's Association will continue regardless of who he voted for on Saturday. He seemed somewhat skeptical. And at the end of the visit, he said, you know, I like you, but those $1 meals did make a difference to me and my fellow citizens. I took his point. So I did some research. As far as we can tell, the funding has been provided by the People's Association, which is chaired by the Prime Minister. But while we may not have access to these funds right now, we are confident that we can find some other way to fund this project or a better project, perhaps as residents told us, using some funds generated from merchants associations or other creative solutions. Or perhaps the PA may actually see the light and respect the will of the voters and appoint the elected MPs as grassroots advisor, regardless of who is elected MP this Saturday. Now, finally, I want to make some comments about the former PM Lee Hsien Loong's comment about the risk of losing a minister or two. The way he describes it, it sounds like these ministers went hiking in Pulau Ubin and could not find their way back. What the rest of Singaporeans understand by losing ministers is that on Saturday night, the Sembawang GRC team from the SDP wins 50.1% of the vote. So what that means is that you, the people of Sembawang and the other constituencies, have decided the ministers cannot make it. They need to be replaced by someone who is more competent or capable and more responsive to the needs of the people. And that's what democracy is all about. If the PAP is so badly hit by the loss of these 3 or 4 individuals that they cannot function as a government, then that is a real concern for Singaporeans. Have we really put our trust in recent years in a team with so little bench depth? That is a powerful reason to elect more opposition MPs this time, so they can go head-to-head with the current PAP MPs, and you can see who can do a better job for Singaporeans. This is a crucial election, and the power is in your hands. Do vote without fear. Vote for change. Vote for a Singapore where everyone can thrive. Vote for the SDP. Okay, now there's something special that we're going to do. So before I go off, I want to recognize an individual who embodies the values of courage, conscience, speaking out for those without a voice, and who has really gone there in the field, been there. This is Mr. Gilbert Goh. So we just want to express our thanks on behalf of the people of Singapore.
Let's raise it up for him, everybody!
Thank you, Gilbert. On behalf of the people of Singapore and any and all of humanity, thank you very much, all of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Paul Tambyah, everybody!
Ladies and gentlemen, does Dr. Paul deserve to be in Parliament? Bukit Panjang residents, where are you? Will you vote for Dr. Paul to be in Parliament? Remember, your vote is secret. Come 3rd of May, please vote for Dr. Paul Tambyah to be in Parliament so that he can be your voice in Parliament.
Are you ready to vote Dr. Paul Tambyah?
5月3号，记得投我们新加坡民主党一票，记得投 Dr. Paul 一票，让他把他送入国会，让他在国会替你们发言。记得你们的投票是秘密的，勇敢的投他一票，投我们的11位候选人进入国会，把他们送入国会，说的他们可以在国会替你们发言。
And now, ladies and gentlemen, right here, let us invite. If we are ready, raise your flags, ladies and gentlemen. Raise it all. I want them to see it all, guys. Raise it all even more, ladies and gentlemen, right now. As we bring him on, ladies and gentlemen, right here. Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Chee Soon Juan.
Dr. Chee. Dr. Chee. Dr. Chee is the candidate for Sembawang West SMC.
Would you like to have Dr. Chee voted in?
Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's fantastic to see all of you here. You really bring some cheer to all of us on stage. And we want to thank you so much for braving the rain and being here tonight. We've got a very important message, especially for the Sembawang GRC voters, as well as the ones in Sembawang West. But let me start off by taking you through some of the things that Mr. Ong Ye Kung has said about the SDP. 4 words that I want to use with him. Criticize first, copy later. Now this is the PAP's favorite playbook. During elections, the PAP will slam the opposition for its alternative proposals, for our ideas, but after elections it will adopt our ideas, but it won't give any credit. Let me just cite you some examples. The SDP had proposed an unemployment insurance scheme to provide retrenched workers with financial assistance and support for its re-employment. We call it the Re-employment Scheme and Temporary Assistance for the Retrenched. But then, during 2016, in the Bukit Batok by-election, Mr. Tharman, who was at that time Deputy Prime Minister before he became President, accused the SDP of pushing for populist policies, whose idea would be costly. He slammed the SDP, saying, "Don't bluff people." 8 years later, Mr. Lawrence Wong announced that the PAP would implement just such a scheme and called it the Skills Future Job Seeker Support Scheme. Same thing, different name. That's all. Example 2. We had proposed higher income tax for the top earners to offset a reduction of the GST for basic goods. Dr. Vivian Balakrishnan, at that time, attacked us as, and I quote, the most middle-class, unfriendly opposition party, unquote. But then in 2015, the PAP raised income taxes for the top 5% of earners. Example 3. The SDP had proposed a minimum wage policy as early as 2001. Now, back then, Manpower Minister Lim Swee Say rejected the idea, saying that such a policy would erode Singapore's competitiveness. Then in 2012, the PAP introduced the progressive wage model, which is similar to our proposal. It just set the minimum wage of $1,000 for low-income workers in selected sectors. And these are all reported in the media. It's there for all to see. There are many other examples, which I don't have time to mention. And now, in this election, Mr. Ong Ye Kung is doing the same thing. He is criticizing our policies and asking, where is the money going to come from? He said that our healthcare proposal that would lower medical and hospitalization costs for our seniors sounds so easy and good. But it is fake, he said. It sounds familiar, doesn't it? So may I remind you of Mr. Tharman, Dr. Balakrishnan, and Mr. Lim Swee Say. First, they criticize. Then they copy. Somehow, Mr. Ong will tell you that the SDP's proposals are useless and the PAP is the best. And then he'll adopt our ideas. He really buay paise. The most important point in all this is that the SDP has been able to get these policies implemented while we are not in Parliament. Just imagine what we can do if we have SDP MPs. Now, in this election, we have laid out a bold, clear policies, all aligned with our bigger vision. Imagine a Singapore where happiness and well-being are the goals, not GDP growth at all costs. Where success is not measured by how many foreign billionaires we can attract, but by how secure and supported every Singaporean feels. Where we don't have the elderly chasing cleaning tables just to survive. Where the poor are not homeless and hungry. Where mental health is a national priority, not an afterthought. Where our economy values human dignity and our government listens and responds, not just during elections. Now, this is not a fantasy. It's a future we can build together. Now look at Finland, a nation of just 5.5 million people, consistently ranked as the happiest country in the world. And what about us, Singapore? We are ranked 35. Now, what do Finnish people mean when they say they are happy? To them, happiness doesn't mean more nights at karaoke, singing and drinking, or going to shopping malls. Finnish citizens consistently report that their happiness come from a system where opportunities are distributed fairly, that the people trust their government to work in their interests, and that every individual and citizen feels valued. Now, Singapore can move in this direction. We must. We can expand social safety nets. provide universal health care, reform education to nurture critical thinkers, reduce inequality, and open up policies to be more transparent and responsive. That is the SDP's vision. That is the path to a truly thriving Singapore, one where our people are secure and happy. The PAP's path, on the other hand, leads us right back to the problems we are drowning in. An unbearable cost of living, crushing mental stress, a government that gerrymanders instead of listens. We are offering you an alternative, my fellow Singaporeans, voters of Sembawang West and Sembawang GRC, Marsiling UT and Bukit Panjang. A real, credible, visionary alternative. We ask for your support so that we can begin building it together with you. Now, let me now turn to what we will do if you give us the honor of running the Sembawang Town Council. Back in 2015, 10 years ago, we published a detailed town council management plan. It outlines what we will do in our first 30 days and then in the first 100 days of us taking over the town council. You can track our performance because we believe in accountability. And we will set up robust financial systems, estate management protocols, procurement safeguards, community support systems, and an IT infrastructure. We aim not just to meet current standards, but to surpass them. Now you'll find all of this clearly spelled out on our website, yourdp.org. Please go in and read them. If you're a Sembawang GRC voter, Sembawang West voter. I want to ask the Sembawang GRC team back on stage and reintroduce them to Sembawang GRC voters. Brian, Alfred, James, Suraya, Daman, would you come and join me on stage? Brian Lim is currently Assistant Director in a major government hospital. Isn't this what you always hear about PAP candidates? Director of this, director of that? Well, the SDP has just such a candidate too. And you can count on Brian to expertly manage the Sembawang Town Council. Alfred Tan. Alfred hails from the same alma mater as me, ACS. I think you're a few years my junior. But like all good ACS boys, Alfred is an entrepreneur with decades of leadership experience in international banking, corporate finance, and business management. Not just in Singapore, but all over across in Asia. Now, Alfred will oversee the finance department if and when we take control of the Sembawang Town Council. Then there is Dr. James Gomez. Dr. Gomez is a political scientist and regional director of the Asia Center, which is a think tank of political studies in Asia. Now, James, if you don't already know, was named on the list of Asia's 50 most powerful communicators by Asia Week in 2001. He will guide the town council's policy and strategic planning. And then, of course, to Brian's right is Ms. Suraya Akbar. Suraya controls the purse strings of the SDP as treasurer. She is an advocate for women's rights and community welfare, known for her advocacy work on behalf of single mothers, calling for benefits such as maternity leave, childcare leave, and the child development account. She will naturally head our community outreach and welfare office in the town council. And of course, I've left the best for the last. And that is Damanuria Abbas. Daman holds a master's in educational management from NTU, as well as a bachelor's degree in architectural studies from NUS. He has a long-standing commitment to youth development and education. He also served on a regional upliftment project supported by Temasek Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not just a team, it's a powerhouse of knowledge, heart, and experience, which will include Sembawang West, and which I will personally lead with pride and purpose. It is a mission-ready, heart-driven, battle-tested team, and we are ready to serve. Sembawang voters, I ask you to compare not just slogans, but substance, not just promises, but people. And when you do, compare them with a slate of PAP candidates, I believe that choice is clear. With the SDP, you will get capability, compassion, and commitment. As I promised you, we will wake up every day with one goal: to be here in Sembawang, walking the ground, solving problems, and making your estate a better place to live. We will meet you, sit with you, and more importantly, listen to you. We will do this through regular Meet the People sessions and open town hall dialogues. All this we will do to see how we can better represent you in Parliament. And you have my word. In everything we do and in every policy we consider, we will be guided by one unwavering principle: your well-being and only your well-being. So this Saturday, when you step into the voting booth, do it with pride, with purpose, and with hope in your heart. Cast your vote boldly for our Sembawang GRC team, and for me in Sembawang West SMC, and for Bukit Panjang SMC, and for Marsiling UT GRC. Let's make these constituencies shine. And let's make our country proud. Vote SDP. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. And good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Sembawang GRC and Sembawang West SMC candidates.
Make some noise for them, everybody.
Remember, your vote is secret. When comes 3rd of May, please cast your vote to our 11 candidates and send them to Parliament.
Let's send them to Parliament, ladies and gentlemen.
Our balls are behind. If can, please roll the ball back in front.
All right, everybody, I want you to do something, because there has never been a shot like that right here for the rally. I want everybody to switch on your phone, the torchlight of the phone. We are going to light the whole stage up, everybody. Let's light it up, everybody.
And Dr. Chee is going to take a selfie.
Guys, I'm going to experiment with this. Thank you.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Light it up, everybody. For Sembawang GRC. Everybody shout SDP!
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 SDP! SDP! Do we want all 11 candidates to be voted in? Do we want Dr. Chee to be voted in? Do we want Dr. Paul to be voted in? Do we want Dr. James to be voted in? Do we want all of them to be voted in?
5月3号，居民们记得敢敢地投新加坡民主党一票，把我们的11位候选人送入国会。
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Who gets voted in? SDP! SDP!
SDP! SDP! And tomorrow, it will be our last day of rally. So I know a lot of y'all come back to leave us, but we have the next 5 years to serve you all. But tomorrow is our last day of rally. Come and support us.
Come and support us.
Wear red to come and support us. Where's the rally venue?
All right, over to you. Hold on, huh? Dear guys, we're going to do something. Every single video over the last 2-3 days was just showing the backdrop. I want you guys one more time, ladies and gentlemen, light up your phones, press record. Light up your phones, everybody. Everybody, light up your phones, everybody. That's right. And press record. Okay? 1, 2, 3. That's right, everybody. Let's light it up. Show the crowd, everybody. Let's do it together for everybody right now. SDP.
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 SDP. Sembawang Roar.
Okay, let me announce our last rally will be Sembawang West SMC. It will be at Evergreen Primary School, the one that we went the other day. So come and join us. Wear red so that we can see a sea of red. Dr. Chee will be doing his book signing in the front. For those of you who bought his books, he will be doing the autograph and photography in front. For those of you who haven't bought his book, our merchandise booth are behind.
That's right. Once again, ladies and gentlemen,
polling agents.
We need polling agents as well. Last question, Justin. You got any? That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, be safe as you make your way and your exit. Be safe. We see you tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody, have a good night's rest, everybody.
And please, as you walk out, pass by the merchandise booth. Get some of our merchandise and support us for this campaign. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, supporters.
Thank you, our media team. Thank you, our men in blue. Thank you to all our volunteers, whether they are here or their office, working very hard for all of us. Thank you very much. Good night and stay safe. We'll see you tomorrow, 7 to 10 p.m., Evergreen Primary School.
Oh.